What's going on, YouTube? This is a new channel called Sports from the Land. Now, here we talk about all Cleveland sports, whether you want to talk about the Guardians, the Browns, the Cavs, you know what I'm saying? Even the Cleveland Monsters, you know what I'm saying? We do this is the place where we talk about Cleveland sports. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, without further ado, I'm Mari, and today we about to talk about them Browns. Let's go. So, as we all know, Browns kick off at Huntington Bank Field. It's not Cleveland Browns Stadium anymore. First Energy, that's been out. But yeah, it's not the Cleveland Browns Stadium no more. This is called the Huntington Bank Field now. And that's where the Browns will host the Dallas Cowboys. Um, but yeah, let's get into it, man. Now, coming into this game, the Browns are the favorite, being that they were 8-1 at home last season, and that was the second best record at home. And of course, the team that was better than them at home were the Dallas Cowboys. But Dallas Cowboys, they not playing this season opener. They not at home. That's the whole main thing. They're on the road and they come into that Huntington Bank Field. You know what I'm saying? So, and on the road, Dallas Cowboys, they did terrible on the road last season. They went 4-5 on the road. So this is a big game for the Cleveland Browns to set the season off right, kick off right at home. So this is it should I feel like, of course I'm a Browns, you know what I'm saying, Cleveland, all that. So yeah, the Browns should win this game, realistically. It's just, and let's look at the teams and everything. So of course we got Deshaun Watson coming in at quarterback. Only played 6 games last season. He was putting us through the ringer. I mean, it was. Is he playing? Is he not playing? During the week, everybody saying Deshaun Watson, he playing, and then come Sunday, we go to the game, we don't see Deshaun. We found out he not playing on the day of. So it's like that whole back and forth thing, the guessing game with Deshaun and how he gonna play, is he gonna play? That all of that was just, it was a lot going on last season. These past 2 seasons that we had Deshaun here in Cleveland, it's been all over the place. But this is this third year. This is the third year with Deshaun Watson. He threw for 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. So this is him coming off that last season. But he did, his last game was against the Ravens, and that's where he went 14 for 14 in the second half and led the Browns to a victory on the road against the Ravens. So Deshaun Watson coming into this game, and he still got some stuff to prove, I feel like. But at the same time, I think Deshaun Watson just got to be above average quarterback, man. We don't need him to be Houston Deshaun no more. We don't need him to be that. When he was in Houston, he had to play hero ball. It was just him and DeAndre Hopkins at the time. So he had to play the hero ball. He had to run around, scrap around, and do all this and that. But when you come to the Browns, ever since he came to Cleveland, he doesn't have to do that. You have the weapons. You have Amari Cooper. You have David Njoku. You had Nick Chubb last season. You had you had Elijah Moore. You had weapons on your team, from the receiving core to the running back core. You know what I'm saying? So you had the talent around you, and you had a supporting defense cast. So it's like you don't have to play hero ball no more at this point right now. And adding on, picking up Jerry Jeudy in the offseason, that's even more. That takes off even more of a load off for Deshaun Watson, to the point where all you have to do, be an average quarterback and make the smart reads, make the right throws, don't force anything, and you're going to win the game. Like, there's no question with. All right, but let's go with this receiver core for the Browns. Amari Cooper, of course, finished with 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns last season. You got Jerry Jeudy coming in, 758 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and they just gave him $41 million guaranteed. So Jerry Jeudy, that man, if other than Deshaun, Jerry Jeudy probably the most person on that field who has a lot to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got a lot to prove this season, especially, being, traded from the Denver Broncos. Not traded, but coming from the Denver Broncos, and all the hype that surrounded him coming out of college, and he basically didn't live up to those expectations. So this coming to signing on to the Cleveland Browns. This is a new beginning. This is a new start. This is a new birth, a rebirth of his career. And getting all that money, that's a lot of pressure. So Jerry Jeudy he's definitely one of those who has a lot to prove on that field tomorrow. Today is Saturday, by the way. So yeah, tomorrow is Sunday. So yeah, he got a lot to prove tomorrow. But David Njoku coming in 882 yards, 6 touchdowns. He really picked it up last season. Him and Joe Flacco just had a great connection that last, those 7 game stretch. So I'm expecting big things from David Njoku, and especially just being a safety net for Deshaun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Deshaun, coming off the injury and, all in his head, his confidence, or, just, I don't know, just internal things going on, all the stuff that's going on with Deshaun Watson. This is the perfect game. Y'all at your home, and David Njoku being that safety net, that big body tight end, just dunk it down to him, and I'm pretty sure David Njoku, he might get the first catch of the game. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have the first catch of the game because just to get Deshaun in that rhythm, and he's a go-to target. So David Njoku is definitely gonna be big in this game. Now as we all know, offensive line, that has been a big issue this whole training camp, this whole offseason, offensive line problems, and really it started with I feel bad. Why am I forgetting his name? How did I forget about Bill Callahan? I couldn't think of his name. I don't know why. But anyway, Bill Callahan, it started from there. Bill Callahan going away to Tennessee Titans to coach with his son. And, he was a big part. He was a big piece in that, being an offensive line coach for all those seasons. He was a big major key in why, the Browns offensive line been so good over the past, these few seasons or whatever. Like he was a big part of that. But now that he's gone, and now different techniques are you don't have Callahan no more. So it's like this offensive line is really a big question mark coming into this season, and the injuries that the Cleveland Browns has suffered last season and coming into this season, it's been detrimental because you got Jet Wills. He ended up being ruled out because of his knee from last season. And they was expecting him to come back, of course, this season, but it's too soon. So he's been ruled out. He's not playing tomorrow. Jack Conklin, right tackle. He's playing right tackle. He's a registered right tackle, but now he's questionable because of his knee from last season. And now they're thinking about putting him. They're thinking about Jack Conklin putting him at left tackle, which he hasn't played left tackle since 2015, since college. So, and he's been playing right tackle majority of his NFL career, all of his NFL career, right? But now, again, Jet Wills, it's all a trickle-down effect. Because Jet Wills out, now they're thinking about putting Jack Conklin filling in his role at left tackle, and they're thinking about putting James Hudson, at right tackle, because James Hudson, he was pretty much he could play all over the lineman. They was even putting him at fullback at some time. So, but now because Jack Conklin may be questionable, now you got James Hudson. You got DeJuan Jones at right tackle, but he's just coming off of an injury. So you have all these different injuries going on, and these people, you got all these offensive linemen coming back from injury, and now they're trying to get their bearings back, and they, you know what I'm saying? So you have people out. You got people out and you got people back in, but it's like, again, they're not 100%. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't been able to get a lot of reps in training camp and a lot of practices. And that's been the Browns as a whole. That's been a trend like that, this whole offseason. A lot of the starters haven't been playing together, like offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball. So a lot of people haven't been playing with a lot of people at the same time. So that's the biggest question mark for this Browns offense, is that offensive line. But dealing with you got Micah Parsons, and you got DeMarcus Lawrence on the two opposite ends. So having those two dominant pass rushers like them, like going against a unhealthy, mid-healthy offensive line, that's going to be a big test for them. And I just hope they hold up off of that. I hope they hold their water. Of course, Michael Parsons, he gonna have his way regardless. So the best thing you can do for him is just contain as best as you can, and not give up too many sacks, and protect Deshaun Watson, who's just coming back off of his injury. By the way, hasn't played a preseason snap at all. So Deshaun Watson, again, it goes back to Deshaun Watson too, because it's like this gonna mean a lot for Deshaun Watson now, because now his offensive line is like it's up and down. So this is a big game for both sides. But defensive wise, Browns, of course, we got top two defense in the league. We're the best. We were the best defensive team last season, and we really pretty much haven't really lost anybody since last season. Pretty much everybody is, already been played last season and already got built up chemistry. So, and I think, what's the name? Myles Garrett is going to have a game. He's going to have a game. He has a rookie right tackle, I believe. Tyler Guyton is a starting left tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. He is a rookie. This Cowboys front office, they have high hopes for him, and he did really good in the preseason, in those two preseason games. But again, he's a rookie, and his biggest test in his first game is against Myles Garrett. Come on now. I ain't even got to say nothing else after that. Myles Garrett should wreak havoc on this whole offensive line. This Dallas Cowboys, which Dallas Cowboys O-line they are coming into this season being the top 5 worst offensive line in the NFL. They lost Tyron Smith to the Jets. They lost him. That was his left. That was their left tackle in Tyron Smith, and he ended up going to the Jets. You got right tackle Terrence Steele. He allowed 9 sacks last season, and that was top 5 ranked in the most sacks given at his position. So, Zadarius Smith, Dalvin Tomlinson, Shelby Harris, they should all have a day. Like, they should have a field day with this, Cowboys offensive line group being the top 5 worst offensive line in the NFL. So, yeah, defensive line, that's without a question. Our secondary, of course, we got Denzel Washington. What is going on? We got Denzel Ward. We got Martin Emerson. We got Grant Delpit. We got McLeod. We got we got all these different DBs. Oh, we got JOK, linebacker. He had a real good season last season. So secondary and all, skill positions, of course, we're not worried about that. But, I mean, they do got CD Lamb. Cowboys do have CD Lamb. They got, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, of course, Ohio State, well-known running back. He's getting a start for that game, too. And, yeah, but again, that's not – Ezekiel Elliott is not the same Ezekiel Elliott from, coming into the league 2016. That's not the same Zeke. The offensive line is not the same offensive line. So the Dallas Cowboys, I feel like they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. They're going to struggle, I feel like, especially that offensive line. Dak is going to be Dak, of course. Dak Prescott is going to be Dak. But with that offensive line and, not no real strong running game presence because you don't have that offensive line, it's going to be a long day for the Dallas Cowboys on both sides of the ball. And, yeah, but hopefully the Browns do their job. Everybody do their job. Deshaun Watson, I hope he balls out. He's definitely gonna he definitely gonna have a lot of pressure on his back. And yeah, but the Browns should be able to pull off this victory. And y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, how the Browns gonna do. What are your expectations from this game? And yeah, that's it. Stay tuned for the next video. And here we go, Brownies.